Happy Friday, everyone. We wanted to welcome you to the NOONtrition. NOONtrition is a partnership between basic needs, health education and promotion, and housing and residential life to provide monthly food demonstrations based on healthy, easy, and affordable meals and snacks. Today, we are excited to have Miriam Urano, the program manager for the College Corps, with us. Miriam, we are happy that you can join us today to demonstrate how to prepare rice cooker mac and cheese. If you don't have a rice cooker, not to worry. Miriam will also show us a stovetop version of this recipe. So without further ado, I will turn the demo over to Miriam.
Thank you, Zach. Welcome, everyone. I'm so happy that you guys are here. I am here at home cooking from my kitchen. And I hope this can be as fun as I can make it. And if you guys have any questions, I welcome you to interact with me as we go through this process. But before we start, we always want to wash our hands. So I'm gonna go ahead and wash my hands and just like start with that. So I just wanna show you a little bit about my kitchen. So I have some space over here and I have my stove over here, but for me to wash my hands is over here. So I'm gonna disappear for 2 seconds so I can wash my hands. I love cooking. And I'm always washing my hands. I don't know why. I think it's just how I just feel so much more comfortable washing my hands constantly. Alrighty, so let's just jump in. So I hope all of you guys got one of these handy dandy recipes. I got it from the team. So, but if you guys, I believe that are passing them out to you, but if not, they are always available. And Zach, do we have this recipe available for the students?
Yes, the recipe card is available at the pantry.
Thank you, Zach. So there we go, guys. And we do have 2 different directions on how to prepare this pasta. I was going to utilize my rice cooker, which is over here, but I couldn't find the cord to plug it into the wall. So we're gonna use the alternative method, which I love this recipe because it gives you different ways to cook them. So first of all, this is going to require an oven, but do not worry. You can also make all of this process like on the stove. You don't need to have an oven. This is just another way of making it. So I preheated my oven at 300. And I also cooked the pasta, and this is the pasta that we have, whole wheat. And I cooked the pasta like according to the directions. And I just want to share something with you all. So the recipe is asking for 2 cups of this pasta. And sometimes you don't have ways to measure if you're cooking, you don't have ways to measure and you don't have a measuring cup, no worries. I am going to show you guys, there is multiple ways, and I'm gonna drop it right here on the chat. There is multiple ways for you guys to find out how to get the right amount of ingredients. So for example, this whole wheat, I was just looking at it and it's 1 pound. 1 pound, but I need 2 cups for my recipe. So I am going to share with you all an easy, hopefully I have it, handy dandy website that can help you convert weight into cups. So what I did is that I enter the weight, like I asked how many cups are in 1 pound, and they will ask you what type of substance are you using. Are you using like milk? And I added in there that is dry pasta. So I have 1 pound of dry pasta. And then it gave me that roughly 1 pound of dry pasta has about 4 cups of 4 cups. So that means that even if I don't have anything to measure, I just have to get half of the box and I will be following the recipe. So So don't feel frustrated if you guys don't have the measuring cups. And then the next thing that is asking for too is also 2 cups of water. So I have my water over here. And same thing, guys. So I have this little cup right here. And you can, you can utilize your cups and just kind of like, just use 2 of these, and this is going to be fine. You don't need to have an exact measuring sometimes to make food. So I just want to give you a tip. When you bake, you want to have the right ingredients to the T. When you cook, you don't. You can use approximate. You also need to have 1 cup of milk, which I have my milk over here. They gave me a 2% milk. I usually use a whole milk because my kids are growing up, and I really feel like it depends on where you're at in life. For me, I would use the 2% just because it has less fat. And then it's also asking for cheese. Where's my shredded cheese? There we go. Now, guys, for this recipe, we're gonna use the sharp cheddar cheese. However, I have done mac and cheese with different things. And I have used some sour cream because I couldn't find any sharp cheddar cheese. And I have even used some cream cheese too. And so don't feel afraid to experiment with your cooking. Just roll with the punches. But for today's recipe, we're going to use the sharp cheddar. And then some salt. Do not forget the salt. Salt is the one that gives it like a nice flavor. And some black pepper. Usually these ingredients are at the dollar store, guys. It's kind of like nice to keep like if you go to the dollar store to get some of these kind of like to give a little zest to your food. And then also it has a pinch of pepper, but I will not be cayenne pepper, but I'm not gonna use that today. All righty. So for this recipe, we are going to cook the pasta according to the directions of the box. Now, because we only have a limited time of time, I already cooked my pasta. So what I am going to do now is that I am going to drain my pasta. Sorry, guys. And I know that sometimes we've been taught that when you cook pasta, you want to add a little bit of oil. And it's not true, guys. You don't want to add any oil because the oil will prevent the pasta from sticking to anything else that you add to it. Like if you are making any pasta with any sauce, it will separate. So you want to just cook your pasta with just a little bit of salt. Now, do not forget the salt because that will give the best flavor to your whole dish. So you want to salt your pasta when you're cooking it. Alrighty, so now after I cook my pasta, I'm gonna add it to a bowl. Anyone has any questions? Any comments before I move on? Awesome. Okay, everybody's so quiet this morning. No worries. Alrighty. So for this recipe, I am going to mix my pasta. I'm going to put it in a bowl and I'm going to mix my pasta with half of my cheese. And because I already used some of this cheese, I'm just going to separate it into two. And I can eyeball it. If you have measuring cups, you can measure both of them. And I'm just going to mix it into the pasta. I'm going to drop in the cheese. And then I'm going to add, and it's 1.5 cups. Now, the reason why I'm doing this, guys, mixing it like this, is because I am going to add this dish to my oven. So my oven is going to finish cooking all of this. So I am gonna mix all of this really well. And you cannot see it, but I'm mixing it really well together. And then I am going to add it to my oven. But if you don't have an oven, guys, what will you do? You would just continue cooking it on your stove like this. And just make sure that you are mixing all the ingredients well, making sure that your cheese is melting. One of the biggest cooking mistakes that I've seen on my younger children, they're seniors in high school, is that they don't cook enough. That if they cook the pasta, they don't cook it enough. If they mix anything, they don't cook it enough. So that's one of the things that I've seen on younger people when they start cooking. But do not feel afraid. You will find the right consistency. Just it takes a little bit of practice at the beginning. So I am going to add everything to my baking pan. Look at this. Everything. Now, when I want you also to know that when I make this recipe, I love to add different kind of vegetables. I love adding some corn sometimes on top of it. I just really like corn with my pasta. But you can add other vegetables too. Also, if you don't like cheese, there's some alternatives for cheese. You can go, I went to Amazon to see if there was any alternatives, and there is, guys. So, and I know, but you can cook your pasta with vegetables, So that will be a very vegetarian dish. And then I am going, so what I'm gonna do after I've done this, I'm gonna add the rest of the cheese to the recipe. And that's it. I'm gonna add it nice, and I'm gonna put it in the oven. And that's all you have to do, guys. Super simple. Sorry, guys, I'm stepping out of okay. I should have shared that my oven is that way too. Anyways, I should have turned the camera on. But anyways, so I am going to place my dish in the oven, and I'm just gonna let it cook for about 10 minutes or until the cheese is melted. And then you can enjoy it. I made another one before we started with this recording. And what I do, guys, what I did with this one is that sometimes when you buy big packages of pasta, you don't necessarily eat everything at once. So I do like to cook what I eat. Otherwise, if you cook everything, you're gonna have pasta for days. So, but you don't have to necessarily have noodles. You can use any type of pasta with this recipe. So I have never tried it with what is it called, with spaghetti though. That'll be interesting. If you guys try it, let me know, please. And that's it. I added some black pepper. I should have added a little bit of black pepper on top of it. And I mixed it before, so that's one step that I missed. But yes, so and one of the things, guys, is that if you guys forget an ingredient, don't feel afraid that once you serve your plate that you add some of those ingredients in there. Like if it's not salty enough, or like you want some pepper or some chilito, you guys can, it's going to be okay. The other thing that also we don't really, the recipe doesn't really share, is that if you have a slow cooker, you guys just do everything. You put the pasta, you don't have to cook it, and put all the ingredients in there. Leave it in the morning. So by the time you get home in the afternoon, after a long day, your meal is ready. So yes, I know that sometimes getting those extra instruments can be difficult, but just another idea. Anyways, that's it, guys. I think I should serve myself some pasta. And I don't know, I always feel so weird about eating in front of everyone. Like those cooking shows, I always feel like that's not fair. That's not fair. I wish I could be there. But anyways, thank you all for joining me. This was really fun. I hope I didn't do this too fast. Do you guys have any? Yes, it looks delicious. If you guys have any questions, let me know. But otherwise, thank you for inviting me. Oh, bye. Have a wonderful day, guys.
Thank you so much, ma'am. The mac and cheese looks really good. I can't wait to try it.